Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher of Realms. Today I'm going to be going over the Hellfire Emperor free-to-play comp that I have accomplished a triple S with. I know a lot of people struggle with this. If you are struggling with this, don't worry, I got you. Anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so I do have a screenshot which I will bring up on the screen right now, right up here. I did manage to get 1.87 million with a free-to-play comp. What do we have going on the Hellfire Emperor? Just to put it plain and simple, if you want a more of a full in-depth guide on what he's doing, I can link the non-free-to-play version for this, and it has all the details that you would need. But in short, what happens is the enemy's going to come around here, and what happens is they're going to get blocked by one of your units. When your units block them, they start to drain their health. They start losing damage or losing HP the more they're being blocked and the longer they sit still being blocked. If they break past one of your units, they will start to walk again and they will stop losing health. They'll get to another unit and they'll start losing health again once they get blocked. So in short, what does that mean? That means that I block is going to be a priority because it's going to be too many units for you to block eventually, and it's going to become really difficult to hold the units back unless you have heroes that have additional block on top of what they're doing. Now, if you look at the popular heroes, you got Brokir, Oleg. King Harz is pretty good. I wouldn't say he's better than Isolde, but he is a really good option if you don't have somebody like Gon or Crodor. Cyrus is wonderful. Isolde is essential as an epic. Evelyn is essential as an epic. The best teams will be running these two heroes, but you're looking at heroes like Crodor and Gon. They have extra block built into their kit, especially when they're doing their ultimates. And with that, they can stop extra enemies and hold them back so they HP drains. One other thing to note is that when an enemy dies, it will heal the closest unit to them. And so those guys, they just kind of get healed as long as they're able to stay alive while they're blocking. So the goal is going to be keeping each of those heroes alive while holding back their maximum block. So you have to take that in consideration. Now, when you're building these heroes, first off, you're going to need maybe not maxed out Bastion rings, but pretty darn close. Some of these heroes are going to need them maxed, and some of them don't really need them maxed. Heroes like Oleg and Isolde are really good at staying alive. Surprisingly, Evelyn is really good at staying alive. Brokir does a wonderful job, but I would say that Titus and Livian, they kind of struggle a little bit more with keeping their health up. So what we're going to do is you're going to prioritize each hero based on how hard they are to keep alive. After I show you this build and you go and do the run, and if it fails, pay attention to where it fails. One of your heroes dies or something like that, you want to try to take some of the good gear off the heroes that didn't die and bring it over to the hero that did die, and then rerun it again. You'll find the perfect balance, and eventually it's not going to be an issue for you to get this done. For me, I'm going to focus on Livian, Titus, Baron, Evelyn, Isolde, and then Oleg. Oleg is going to be the easiest to keep alive. He has these massive shields. He just keeps putting them up. It's insane. Isolde, she also on her ultimate, she has the ability to shield herself, which is also very insane. Evelyn, without the lore bonus, she's a little more difficult to keep alive. So if you don't have an Isolde or a North Throne faction Lord, you might want to take into consideration that you might need to bump her up on the priority list. Titus is going to sit in the middle, and he's going to be able to heal himself. He doesn't offer any other block. With that being said, he does heal himself, so you have to time his ults to make sure that he does stay alive if he starts getting overrun by a bunch of enemies. Baron is also the same case. We have to time his ult to put his shields up when he's blocking a maximum of like 4 units, especially later on in the fight. But how are you going to build these guys? Every one of them is going to be similar. We're going to go to Livian first. She's in a Guardian set. If I was to really prioritize her, I would go ahead and put her in a Tempered Will Bangle. But I did consider the fact that Isolde and Oleg are going to be the main defenses on the top left and right sides. So they do need to be a little bit more tanky. As far as Guardian sets, these guys have pretty good gear on. And we want to be focusing on pure HP bonus. And with Livian, you want to try to get attack speed. So one of the reasons that her build doesn't have a lot of defense percentage in it is because I'm trying to make her nice and fast. Because when those shields spin around her, she's going to be doing a bunch of hits. And when she does hits, she heals herself. So it'll help her keep alive. But it also is beneficial to have her HP nice and high. You're going to notice that most of these units are going to be right around 90k or higher HP. Now, for one of the better builds, I'll go over to maybe Oleg here, and you can see that he has HP percentage as a main stat in all 3 pieces. picking up rage regen because you want to prioritize your rage regen pieces to Oleg and Isolde so they can cycle back to their ultimates and have that high block as soon as possible. Every one of them are going to be in a Bastion ring. There is not a better option. So if you go to like somebody like Broke here, you might want to run his exclusive. It might be a little bit better. Anyways, with that being said, everybody needs to be in Guardian, Tempered Will, Immortal Warrior on the left side, or Life Force. Just boost that HP through the roof. Alright, so let's get into it and see what we can do. There's the boss. Basically Soul Cadence. So we're gonna go ahead and put Oleg up on the top left, Isolde on the top right. And we are gonna go ahead and put it on auto for now. We're gonna put Baron here. We are going to put Livian right here. Evelyn, because she has the really high block. I think it comes up to 5 block. And then Titus here. So we're looking at 4 block here, 5 block when he activates his ultimate, 4 block here, and 4 block here. And then we have 5 block from her, and 5 block from her. That's a total of 10. So you want to keep that even, and then Titus has to kind of pick up the scrappers that kind of come around. Now why do we activate the ultimates right away? I want to make sure that these guys stay back as quickly as possible. Might have been a little bit of a mistake on Isolde's side. I didn't realize that her timing would be so different. That's okay. We'll just be able to hold him back here, which is pretty typical. There you go. He's down to 0. Zoom out a little bit, make it a little bit easier to see. We will activate Isolde. We will wait for Oleg. These guys will be fine back here. You don't have to worry about them too much. Now we will activate Oleg. And those two are going to rotate back and forth throughout the fight, pretty much. If you notice, Baron's doing pretty well right now. Titus is fine. Livian's keeping herself alive just fine. You can't do anything to help her out. But if Baron starts to get low health, you need to activate his ultimate and get his shield up. Or you can try to predict it coming, and when there's like a bunch of enemies coming down, and they're going to go past these guys, go ahead and activate his ultimate so that he has the big shield when they get there. You know, help keep him alive. Now, we have Isolde over here. She's about to finish these guys off, but the next wave is going to come in, so I'm going to wait until they're about to get to her, and then I will activate her ultimate. There we go. Now she should hold these guys back pretty good. Baron's doing good. Titus only had 1 on him. You see how she's holding back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Even if her ult runs out and one of them gets by, they have really low health. So they get caught up by Evelyn or Titus and die pretty quickly. Livian's still holding strong. And we're going to wait on Oleg. Just like I said before, you wait until the next wave comes in and he starts to run into trouble. That's when you activate their ultimates. Here it comes. Activate his ult. Baron's still doing fine. I'm not concerned yet. I like to place him right here because they will catch units if they're coming from the right side, and they'll come over this way. He's doing fine. Titus is doing fine. Isolde's ult is ready, so the next wave comes, we're going to go ahead and activate that. It's pretty straightforward with Isolde and Oleg. You just need to make sure that you time their ults for when the waves are coming in. You don't want to waste their ultimates when they're not. Here it comes. Isolde, you want to do a little bit earlier because it takes a few seconds for ult to activate. Baron's getting a little lower in health. I'm going to go ahead and activate his ult. Titus is still holding strong. We're down to 2 minutes 20 seconds. Okay, Oleg's ready. So the next wave comes in. We're going to go ahead and activate his ultimate now. And it looks like Titus is going to have quite a few units on him, so pay attention to that. You can't do anything to really help him. All you can do is we can activate his ultimate. We don't need to do that unless he's having issues with his HP. Right, so now it's time for Oleg. I'm 1 Hopefully these guys go down by the time... Oh, one got by Titus. Not too surprised. I'm gonna activate Isolde right now. That might have been a mistake. Yes, that probably was. So we're gonna head to activate Titus now. I'm also gonna go ahead and hit Baron. Now there is gonna be a bunch of units that do escape. That doesn't mean that you're gonna lose. It just means that some of the units got by. On a better team, you'll see, with like a lot of legendaries in it and whatnot, you'll see that a lot of these guys won't get by because you have more block. Alright, so I'm gonna let this group of enemies just kind of float on by. There's not really gonna be much I can do about it. They're all passing here. They're gonna pass up Baron, a few of them, and then they're gonna walk on by Titus. We got 1 minute left. Next wave comes in. I'm gonna go ahead and activate both these guys. I got them off cycle on accident. What you want to do is make sure they're doing one at a time, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, so that you don't have big groups of enemies hitting Titus all at the same time. It really sucks when that happens. So we're at SS right now, 44 seconds left. Should do a big chunk of damage here in just a minute. This lasts for 25 seconds, so I will wait. We'll hit it now. Go ahead and hit Baron. Hits are coming through. Avelin's starting to struggle a little bit. A little shield there from Isolde. Makes a big difference. Now she's getting some heals. Activate Isolde. Hopefully she catches an extra guy. I think she should. Yep. There you go. There's your triple S. 1870 500. I don't think we'll take any more out by the time we get there. Maybe. Lost a unit. 193, 194. Insane what you can do with just epics. But I do have to note that I have a really high Pantheon. And I also have, look at that's my record. That's insane. I have a really high Pantheon, and I have really decent Guardian and Tempered Will sets to put on all of these guys. It's all about the gear. When you can do this with just epics, that's straight evidence for the Hellfire Emperor at least, that the gear is the most essential part about getting this done. Most of you guys should be able to pull these heroes. Now some of them are awakened higher, and some of them do have like damage reductions for in their awakenings. I don't think anybody has extra block in their awakenings that I know of. The only ones that would be in consideration would be Isolde and Oleg. I'd have to look, but I don't think there is. But anyways, guys, that is it for the video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. I just broke my record versus having Cyrus broke here and all them guys in there just by running the epics live here on the video on accident. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you join the Discord if you have any questions or if you need any help. There are plenty of people in there willing to throw out a helping hand. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Until next time, keep digging.